a 2-ingredient dough, a little bit of jam filling, and some sugar replacement icing sugar, and you have yourself a delicious, homemade, healthy Pop-Tart. The first thing that we have to make is our strawberry Chia filling. In a medium saucepan over medium-high heat, we're just gonna cook down about 2.5 cups of frozen strawberries. So go ahead and heat this over medium-high heat, and we're just gonna add in our strawberries. Our goal here is to cook these down until the juices start to come out. So what we want to do is just make sure that we keep stirring it frequently, making sure they don't burn to the bottom at all. After about 5 minutes or so, you should really see this start to break down. You should get a really nice strawberry smell. It should be a nice bubbling liquid here. Once your strawberries have gotten nice and broken down and it's gotten nice and thick, we're gonna mash this up. Go ahead and grab your potato masher. You could throw this in the food processor if you want, but this is just super easy to do. And just mash up all your strawberries until there's no big chunks left. We're gonna add in 2 tablespoons of chia seeds and 2 tablespoons of maple syrup. The maple syrup is really gonna help sweeten this up. It's gonna make for a delicious filling, and it's all natural. Give it a good stir until everything's well combined. And there you go, we have a very simple strawberry chia filling. Now this is still really hot, we need to let it set, so we're just gonna pop it in the fridge for 10-15 minutes while we finish prepping the rest of our ingredients. If you don't really feel like taking the 10 minutes to make that yourself, you could just buy yourself some all natural, no sugar added jam. I have some strawberry chia jam here, and you can use whatever jam you like. All right, the next thing that we have to make for our healthy protein Pop-Tarts is our dough. First, we have to prepare our flour. What we're gonna make here is a self-rising dough. So while it's baking, it's gonna rise in the oven, drastically cut down the amount of time we have to wait to eat these Pop-Tarts. Take 2 cups of all-purpose flour, add in 1 tablespoon of baking powder, and 1 teaspoon of salt, and just give this a mix. Even though we just mixed up 2 cups of this, we're actually not gonna use the entire thing. So go ahead, grab yourself a 1/4 cup and scoop out 1/4 cup of this. Now, this is a super healthy 2-ingredient dough. First, you're gonna need 1 3/4 cup of the flour that we just made up, and we're gonna combine that with 1 cup of Greek yogurt. This is no-fat Greek yogurt. This is where we're going to get a lot of our protein from in these protein Pop-Tarts. And I'm using a KitchenAid stand mixer with the paddle attachment. If you don't have a KitchenAid, just mix it by hand or use a food processor. We are just going to combine this on low speed until it's all well combined and looks like a dough. Go ahead and dump your dough out, and we are just going to knead this together to form a ball. And once you've got your dough ball shaped nicely, it's not gonna look like a traditional dough because all it is flour and Greek yogurt. You're ready to take on the next step, which is rolling it out. This is where I'm gonna use that other 1/4 cup of flour. Just go ahead and flour your work surface. Grab a rolling pin and just start rolling this out. And just keep working this until you get a nice rectangular shape. You probably want to roll this down to about 1/8 of an inch. So once you have your dough rolled out, we're going to try to cut 8 even-sized pieces here. The next thing that we have to do is stuff our dough. Go ahead and grab yourself a little bit of that jam filling that we made, and we're just going to put about a tablespoon, maybe a little more for each one. And then we're just gonna grab a little bit of milk here and brush along the edges of the opposite party. Flip this over, give it a little pat just to make sure it's tightened up with it, and then grab the edge of a fork and just press it down, making sure that it seals the edges here. And there you have it, one very unbaked Pop-Tart, but Let's go ahead and finish the rest. These look so much like Pop-Tarts, I'm so excited. The last thing that we're gonna do here is just give these a little brush on top, not too much. This is just gonna help make it golden brown while it bakes in the oven. Pop these onto a parchment lined baking sheet, and we're gonna pop these into a 350-degree oven for 15 to 17 minutes or until they're golden brown on top. All right, these took about 20 minutes in the oven. Flip them halfway through. We're just gonna put these on a cooling rack and let them cool, and then we're gonna make our frosting. For our frosting, we're gonna use a cool substitute. So this product here is called Swerve, not a sponsor, and it is a 1-for-1 sugar replacement made from natural plant sugars. It's got a great sweetness to it. If you buy the icing sugar one, it's perfect for topping these types of things. We're gonna add about half a cup or so to 2 tablespoons of Greek yogurt. And we're also gonna add in about a tablespoon of vanilla protein. This is just gonna help us get a little bit more protein in here and also a little bit of vanilla flavor. And give this a good mix until it's well combined. Should have probably went with a bigger bowl. And there we have a nice frosting consistency. Let's go ahead and smother our homemade Pop-Tarts in our frosting. Once our pastries are cool enough to handle, it's time to get the frosting on them. So we're gonna try to split this up evenly across the board here. Put a nice big dollop, and then we're just gonna help spread that out on top of here. I found some fun little sprinkles in my cupboard, so we're just gonna go ahead and top these. And there you have it, guys. That is how you make a healthy homemade Pop-Tart from scratch. Let's get these tossed on a plate and let's open one up. Ooh, baby. Our frosting is still a little bit too soft. Just running off into my hand. But let's give this a taste test. A little more chewy than traditional. Now that filling is delicious and sweet. If you're worried about tasting the yogurt, you won't taste it at all here. Not even in the frosting, which is amazing. This tastes so good. Thanks so much for watching, guys. If you like this video, please subscribe to the channel. Give this video a thumbs up and comment down below what you want to see me make next week. Until next time, get cooking.